I can't believe it. I already bought my second collection of 2024. All right, so this afternoon my phone gave me a notification that there was a new comic book listing on Facebook Marketplace, so I hopped in my car and headed over to take a look at them. All right, we're backing out of the driveway here. Going to go take a look at a comic book collection. I just got a notice on my phone about 20 minutes ago or so about a collection. Looks to be 200 books with a price of $200. Luckily, I saw the notification when I did. The post was actually put up 6 hours ago, so I was a little worried that I would be too late, but the seller got back with me. So we're gonna go take a look. The really cool thing about this, and if you follow my channel, you'll know I'm a big fan of Dave Stevens. So on one of the two images that the seller provided, there was an Airboy 5, which has that awesome Valkyrie cover on it. So we're gonna go take a look. 200 books, or 200 plus books, the seller said. Whoa! Whoops. $200, and it's supposed to be all Eclipse comics, which I wouldn't normally be excited about, except Dave Stevens has a lot of Eclipse comics in his line of work. So, gotta go grab some cash and then head there. We'll check in with you in a minute. All right, so as you can imagine, I did end up buying this collection. I did pay the full $200 for the collection. I didn't haggle with them at all. There's more than 200 books in this collection, and any of them that I'm not keeping, again, are going to go to my booth at the Antique Mall. Now, if you watched my previous video, you'll know that I picked up a collection recently with over 600 comic books in it. And just last weekend, I dropped off 2 short boxes of comics at my booth at an Antique Mall, and they sold like crazy. So just like that collection, this one includes a lot of books that I'm not going to keep in my personal collection. In fact, there's probably only one book out of all 200 here that I'm going to keep. All right, enough talking about what I'm going to do with these books. Let's go ahead and take a look at what was in the collection. All right, first up, we obviously have a banger and the book that I'm going to keep for sure out of this collection, Airboy number 5, amazing cover by Dave Stevens. We'll talk about this book a little more here in a bit. But next up, we have some more Airboy titles here. I'm just gonna flip through these. I'm not super knowledgeable about Eclipse comics in general, so if you see something here that looks interesting or you think I should pause on or take another look at, let me know in the comments below. Now some of these
packages actually have more than one book in them, like all these Kamui comics here. There's multiple copies, or multiple issues, I should say, in each set of bags and boards. So I haven't opened all of them up yet, but a lot of these are double bagged. I thought this was a cool cover here with Frank Frazetta artwork. There's also a nice little stack of free comic book day issues as well. And then to round things out, just two big stacks of Richie Rich and other Harvey Comics titles. You know, just these kids books that I really don't have any interest in, but there were a ton of them here. Again, there's like 2 or 3 of these in each set of bags and boards. So tons of cartoon books to go through here.
All right, so I'm currently editing this video and I wanted to cut in here and just focus on a few books that I thought were pretty cool. One of them I mentioned when I was flipping through that pile, and that is this, The Last of the Viking Heroes, issue number 1. This has that awesome Frank Frazetta cover. I just thought this was really cool. And actually inside here, the writer and authors and the folks that put this book together actually had a little thank you there to Frank Frazetta for providing this cover art for their comic. I thought that was just like a cool touch here, and not something I expected to see in this collection. All right, now another book that I wanted to highlight here that I happened to notice when I was pricing things to get them moved out to my antique mall booth was this, The Last of the Viking Heroes, issue number 3. And it's got cover artwork by the one and only John Byrne. So, Mr. Akins, if you're watching this video and you don't have this book in your collection, let me know and I'll make sure it gets to you. All right, now last up, and definitely the most exciting book in this collection for me, is this awesome Airboy number 5 with amazing artwork by Dave Stevens. Now, one thing I didn't know about this book until just this last week, and it's kind of odd, coincidental timing. This cover was actually an homage that Dave did to Air Fighters Comics Volume 2, number 2 from 1943. That's another cover with Valkyrie there on the cover along with Airboy. Now, you can definitely see Dave's touches that he put onto this book. It's definitely the same scene, but I love the way that Dave put it onto the cover of Airboy #5. Now, how I discovered this was actually a post on Instagram by a guy that goes by the name of CinemaChan, and he had just posted about his 9.8 copy of Airboy #5. I thought it was pretty amazing. He's got some awesome sketches on that post as well that Dave did, and he actually included the information about this Airfighters comics to just share with the community. I thought that was a really neat coincidence that he happened to share that book just this last week, and I happened to get this book in a collection. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up for editing, Ryan. Let's ship it back to the main video.
It almost feels like fate finding all of these Dave Stevens books recently. When I saw this picture on the ad initially, I just knew I had to pick up this collection, and I was really hoping to see more Dave Stevens books in this collection, especially with the mention of it being mostly Eclipse titles. Dave's got a lot of awesome covers from Eclipse, and I was really hoping to pick up a few more of them, some that I already have in my collection, but hoping to find a couple that I didn't have yet. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but you know what? I'm happy to get another copy of Airboy 5 here. I just love this cover, and am always happy to add Dave Stevens books to my collection whenever I can. I am kind of wondering though, like, how often am I gonna buy these collections just for one book? Obviously, in this case, I bought it just for this Airboy 5. Pretty much. You know, I thought there might be more than that in there. Unfortunately, there was only this one that I'm going to keep, but I wonder how picky I'm going to be in the future picking up collections to, I guess, you know, end up selling at my booth. Well, I guess we'll have to find out and see how this plays out over the next year or so, but be sure you're subscribed to my channel. That way you can see any new videos that I release. Make sure you've got that notification bell on there, and be sure to leave a comment below letting me know what you think of this collection and did I make a good buy or not. Also, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video.